Are you using payment processors like Stripe and Square inside your creative business? Well, in this video, I want to show you how you can reconcile those merchant fees so that you can accurately track your gross sales and your bank charges all in one step. In this video, let's do a quick overview of how to reconcile merchant fees when you use payment processors like Stripe or Square. Now, PayPal, when you integrate it with QuickBooks Online, will automatically do this for you, but let's do a run through. So I'm going to pretend that we're using Stripe, and I have a client who owes me $135. So obviously we're going to come in and we're going to create a new invoice. We're going to create our sample client. We're going to say exactly what it is, $135, save and close. Now, this client is going to pay this automatically through Stripe, or they're going to pay it through Square. And when that happens, I'm going to receive a payment, and I want to make sure that it's deposited into undeposited funds because they paid it through Stripe or Square, and I have a holding period. Even if it's just 1 or 2 business days, there's a small holding period to where it has been marked paid, but I have not received the funds. You're going to come in, you're going to select the payment date, the payment method, deposit to undeposited funds, select the invoice, save and close. Now, when you come into your invoices, you will see paid but not deposited. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up this invoice. And undeposited funds, what that means is it's simply a holding account. If you take checks from a client on a Thursday, but you don't go to the bank until Monday, basically all of those funds needed to be deposited into the undeposited funds account and not your bank account. Because when you go to the bank, you're probably going to do one large deposit. And what that means is when that hits your bank account, then you can come in and match those undeposited funds to that larger bank deposit. And it'll match up to what's on the bank statement and show that it has been finally deposited into your account. So undeposited funds is simply a holding account until the funds are actually deposited or hit your bank account. So this works with Stripe and PayPal and Square as well because of those holding periods. Now, when you open up the invoice, it's going to say payment status paid, and you see a link here that says one payment made, $135. It's going to have the date and the amount applied. But let's look at what actually hit the bank account. So you will see that you actually had $130.78 hit your bank account out of the $135. So you lost $4.22 to a fee. So now we need to come up and make our deposit. So we're going to click our plus sign and we're going to click bank deposit. We're going to select the invoice that was for that gross amount. Come down here and you're going to say received from, and I like to just put the processor that was in there. The account is going to be bank fees or bank charges. You could create a new expense account for bank and merchant fees, but to me, bank charges and fees work just fine. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to enter the amount as a negative, because when you enter an expense as a negative, it will actually show up as a liability on your profit and loss, but you're going to enter it as a negative amount. Now you can see that this total is going to match our actual bank deposit. Hit save and close. And then what happens is now this deposit from Stripe is going to have a match to an invoice. So we're going to click match. What this is now I don't have to alter my sales price in my profit and loss. I can record my bank fees, which are a deduction on your Schedule C as a tax return, or if you're filing as a partnership, it is a deduction. So it's now going to match.